With digital imaging devices, brightness and contrast are no longer dependent on exposure factors alone. Digital systems post-process images to provide more consistent density and contrast with a greater latitude of exposure factors. So how does a radiographer know if a digital image is over or underexposed? On digital imaging systems, an exposure indicator provides useful feedback to the radiographer about exposures delivered to the image receptor. Each DR manufacturer uses different indicators. So what do they all mean? S-values, or sensitivity values, represent the numeric values of exposures received by the receptor in the digital system. S-values are neither direct nor proportional to the dose. Instead, the relationship is inverse. So an S-value above the target range would indicate an underexposure, and an S-value below the target range would indicate an overexposure. It's also important to know that an S-value will not indicate how far over or under you are. This indicator is useful but not as simple to apply to your next exposure. An exposure index, or EI, represents a linearly proportional estimate of the radiation exposure to the detector. This means that EI has a direct and correlative relationship to dose. Over means over and under means under. If you're at half the target EI, double your dose. Simple. Deviation index is simpler yet. The deviation index quantifies the difference between the actual EI and the target EI and puts that value on a scale. When the EI is equal to the target EI, the DI will be 0. A positive or negative DI indicates the amount of exposure greater or lesser than the target EI. This feedback allows the radiographer to track and adjust his or her exposures easily. All the exposure indicators we've discussed are useful tools. Target values are site-specific and should be adjusted with guidance from a physicist, radiologist, and your application specialist. If you need more help handling this common issue on your equipment, make sure to visit our website or give us a call at 1-800-701-Xray.